Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And, of course, if you miss the 7 a.m. feature on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Let me get that straight. That's Sunday, 3 p.m. a replay. And, of course, many of you are listening to it on the radio as you have for the past 36 years. KSLO, 1230 a.m. on your dial and 105.3 FM on your dial. Sister company, and all of these companies are part of the Delta Media Group, Karen Crow, Louisiana.
You got it.
And of course, the other method of watching the show, of course, is internet.
That's correct.
And that's a fast-growing...
you can go to kdcg.com. You can see it live streaming, or you can watch the last dozens of shows that are all out there on the internet with links to them.
That's correct. And my sidekick here, Mr. Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
And we have a lot of items to talk about, all good. We attempt to never bring anything that's bad. We don't have to have an attorney with us and a bodyguard in the back of us protecting us. When you find the good things that are happening, for 36 years, I've never run out of good things to talk about, people, the community, and the country we live in. And this is no different, so let's get started, Andrew.
You got it.
A couple of good sponsors.
Oh, I can handle that. Let's start over at the Piggly Wiggly. You know, the Piggly Wiggly's got 3 locations, 2 here in Opelousas, one on the north side of town, one on the south, and one over in Simpsport, Louisiana. They've got all your great produce there, all your good meats as well. I know my wife was already bugging me this weekend. She wants to cook a big old gumbo. Our daughters will be back in from school, and she wants to get some of those good smoked turkey necks they have over at the north end at Piggly Wiggly. Don't forget about them for catering your events as well. They do catering down to the south end of town. They've got the deli there as well. And they can help you at those 3 locations.
They have a chef there, Jody.
Joey, exactly. Joey. With What's Cooking here on KDCG as well. And with one of our other sponsors.
And go ahead and get that
Steamboat Warehouse. Get Mama away from the smell of her own cooking. Like I did last week. Last week after the show was my wedding anniversary with my lovely wife, Sabrina. We went down to Steamboat Warehouse, and I had that gangplank, which was a medium rare ribeye on top of some etouffee sauce sitting on top of some homemade bread. Oh. Let me tell you. Then just for an appetizer, I had the oysters and the shrimp wrapped in bacon and deep fried as just a little appetizer, a little, watch my weight appetizer. All excellent. The wine selection was great. My wife had a nice glass of Shiraz, I think is what she had, and it was all good. Go by the Steamboat Warehouse. Can't miss. Can't miss is right.
And I guess one of the big things that happened locally in politics is that Armand Castile, after studying, I guess, the results and all, and then looking at the whole situation of what it would take to kick up the campaign for another 30 days, decided that he would concede, and the newly elected board member will now be Randy Wagley. And I'd imagine they're going to probably swear him in so that he can attend the upcoming meeting, because that was an empty spot. He wasn't taking somebody's place that he defeated. That was Scott Richard. By the way, Scott's making quite a name for himself. He's been quoted in television interviews. He's been quoted in The Advocate. He's been quoted and shown pictures of him being interviewed in the Daily Advertiser, Daily World. And he's the executive director of the State Superintendents Association. Big job. And he's been in education and was on a state level the last, I guess, 20 years.
Correct.
Was working primarily out of Lafayette at one time, and maybe
Baton Rouge too.
And then Baton Rouge, and then of course now his office is in Baton Rouge. So Randy, good luck to you. And
you talked to Randy, you got to congratulate him. I saw his sister and I saw his dad and his mom. I got to congratulate them. I didn't get to tell Randy himself, but it's good.
Did get to talk to Randy, and of course I met really met Randy working on OHS athletic programming over the years, and that friendship has continued on, and of course very close friend to Armand Castile. And
we had three very good candidates, all very involved with the youth. Jarvis Claiborne was in the race, Coach Armand Castile, who coached and taught, and you had Randy so active in the community. So I mean,
Jarvis has a group, a team that he brings to national events, AAU, and different age groups. And so he too was very interested in the youth of the community. So we had three good candidates, and good luck to the school board, and really good luck to the kids. That's what we have to continue to remember, and we need to get back on track.
Correct.
It's for the kids.
We want to talk about our little meeting that we're having over at the old Toby's Little Lodge over here in town.
We both got to talk to Rabin Vidrine.
Exactly, and what they're trying to do is there's work on getting a grant to help promote the old Southern Club, because so many historical bands played at the Southern Club over the years over here on the west end of town. But it's over at the old Toby's Little Lodge here in Opelousas on Wednesday evening, 7 p.m., November 28th. If you're an employee, a customer, or just a friend that would go to the Southern Club, if you have any photographs or any memorabilia related to the Southern Club, come by. The grant people are going to be there. They'd like to look at it and try to see what they can do to try to bring the whole thing up.
It's kind of funny. It does have a lot of history, and it's not just in music. Howard Zarang Sr., who, to my knowledge, was the longest serving sheriff in St. Landry Parish history, got his start in police protection by being a bouncer at the Southern Club.
No kidding.
That was where he got started. Then he later ran for a councilman, city of Opelousas, then chief of police. That he held that job until he got elected sheriff, and held that job for 24 plus years, if my memory serves.
And don't forget the bingo caller, Herbert Bello.
Herbert,
Mr.
Herbert Bello, we were trying to think of it. And of course, Chick Vidrine was just, he was the Southern Club.
Right.
And people went there to listen to the bands, good bands, but they also wanted to see Chick Vidrine.
Right.
And of course, Rabin Vidrine is the brother of Chick, and he worked there from a little bitty young boy all the way through till it closed. And he is the one that contacted both of us. He wanted to make sure that one of us would bring up the subject. And that is this coming Wednesday.
Right.
Toby's Little Lodge, right here.
7
Wayne
p.m.
Doucette has it really well fixed up. You can come, and it'll give you a good opportunity to come back to the Toby's, and you're going to see a lot of your friends. And you don't have to be a musician. You don't have to ever have been there. But if you listen and you like swamp pop music, by golly, try to do it.
There you go. And I want to thank the people over at Leger's Wheel Alignment that helped me out with a problem with my truck this past week. The young man that took care of me was a guy named Shad Leger, and he was a tall guy. I said, well, you must not be related to the Legers that started this. Oh, he says, my grandfather. I said, well, your grandfather's Mr. Woodrow Leger. He said, that's right. I said, but he was not a tall man. I remember going as a kid.
But the son, this boy's daddy, is fairly tall.
Yeah, I want to thank them. They did a great job. Bigger. They balanced my tires, put me some shocks. Good place to go. Leger's Wheel Alignment.
And I had the same kind of treatment over at Danny's Tire World. Called Tim Hidalgo.
You got it.
I got it. Okay. Tim Hidalgo, he set me up with a good set of tires, and I did need a wheel alignment. That was why the previous tires possibly wore a little bit, incorrectly. And I decided that at my age, I plan on keeping the car some more. I only have about 7,000 miles on it, and they're good for 200,000, 250,000 today.
Go ahead.
And well, I drive a Ford, and
my wife does too.
And yeah, I think I drove that Ford
at one time. That's right.
That's right. And just want to thank, and of course, I had really forgot to thank Tim for the previous problem I had with the little 46 Chevy truck. Something got displaced in the shop turned it too hard, and something, you know, it's all kind of fit into an old truck with a brand new engine and all of that, and it was wobbling and all, and I was able to drive it to Danny's Tire World, and I mean, they jumped on it right away. I think it was fun. It was a challenge for them.
Right, something they don't get to work on too often.
Not the usual type, and I mean, they jumped on it and took care of it. Forgot to thank y'all on that one too. Anyhow, let's thank another couple of our sponsors.
Oh, we can do that as well.
Because sometimes we catch them right at the end.
How about Casa Ole over here in Opelousas? Casa Ole right there on the I-49 North Service Road. Get your good, authentic Mexican cuisine. They've got all kind of great foods, nice fine dining in the evenings with great young, energetic servers that will help you out. They've updated the menu over the last few months where you'll find some new things, some of your old favorites as well. They've run great margarita specials with happy hours each day. Go by Casa Ole. Don't forget, they've also got a drive-through window where you can take both your food and your drinks all home if you want to just have something quiet at the house.
Okay, and LSU football, let's talk a little bit about that.
I saw you wearing your shirt. You're in a good mood.
Yeah, I'm in a real good mood, and this is a good thick one.
Yeah.
And so don't need a jacket or anything. It's
when they win, and everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy, and even the coach. And of course, we had LSU had just taken a bad loss at the last second loss to Alabama the previous week, but this week against Mississippi State, they played a good game again. And our
quarterback found his arm.
Quarterback has found himself. And I'm not so sure he wasn't capable. I don't think they were letting him run the plays that really fit his MO. Mm-hmm. Each quarterback can do something better than everything.
Right.
Well, better than other things he can do. He can do it all, but there's going to be something he shines, and he was supposed to be the gun, the passer, and he was not given that opportunity with some good plays.
He's passing now.
He's passing now, and we winning, so let's keep up the good work. UL played a heck of a game. Oh, yeah. They played a heck of a game the week before.
They got the same thing LSU got. They're losing at the last minute where they should have had the game and just got out of hand.
Just got out of hand, but the fans like that. Long as you know, I've always felt that about every employee that I ever hired. If they give me what they are capable of doing, that's all I can expect. But don't sit there with a whole bunch of ability and then just sit around because you pretty or you big and heavy or you nice looking or whatever, and you don't get the work done. In other words, if you work hard, you can achieve a lot of things. And having a lot of ability and not putting out and trying to...
Florida was just pretty that day.
Yeah, Florida.
And they got outworked.
And that was in Florida.
That's right.
And we call that a money game. UL went over there. And I'll did a little bit of reading.
They go there to get the big check.
$950,000. I had quoted Vicky. I told her it was a money game. She said, "What do you mean about money game? You can't gamble on." No, I said, "It's no gamble. It's a contract. They're going to pay them so much to go there and kind of take a beat." Well, that didn't happen, and that's the thing about sports and world, the life. You never really
know for when
sure.
David's going to beat Goliath.
That's correct, and it was. I was off by $50,000. I had told her it was about $1 million, so I called. As soon as I read that, I called her up.
Discount so it wouldn't look bad on the financial. See, if it's $1 million, it look bad. So let's knock it down by 50. We'll okay. We'll go okay with that. We have a break coming up. We're going to take a 1 minute break. We're going to see y'all at the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second. We'll see you.